Teach yourself. First, by taking the time to look inside your own mind and finding out what you want to learn and what you want to know, where you want to be, where you want to go, what kind of things you want to pursue in life, in your life, what makes sense to you. Okay, then you learn through a process of figuring things out and attempting to in the first place, how you can go about teaching yourself. And then you find ways like when you wake up in the morning, instead of when you were a kid having to get up and go through a routine, get ready to go to school, and when you get to school, you sit down at your desk and you wait until to see what the teacher's going to tell you to learn. You tell yourself, I wake up in the morning and I look into this literature or this thing or that thing, or I go out and I take a walk and I let my mind open to those things. I'd prefer the latter of them because reading some literature can most likely lead you to following somebody else's thoughts. But if you can analyze it and break it down and think about it and not just take it for what it is, see what the person meant deep down, because most people, a lot of people, come from their heart. And if they came from their higher self, you'll receive it from the higher self and you'll be able to take that message even further. That's how you teach yourself, through other people's literature. You don't just take it word for word. If it's their story, you can listen to it. You can analyze it and compare it. And then you don't change it, because if it's their story, either if they're lying or if they're being honest, it's still their story. If it's something that someone claims as a truth or someone shows you and you can see that it's a truth, then you learn by memorizing or repeating that or making that part of your life so that that'll be there for you to see again. So you want it to be there. Say, you want to have a healthy body. Make a list. Write it down. Put it on a chalkboard. Get a dry erase board or something. Write down, when I wake up tomorrow, I at least do something to tighten and strengthen and stretch my arms, legs, back, neck, and main areas of your body. I do something for at least 10, 20, 30 minutes. Go for a walk. If you have a machine, use a machine. You can even just stand in one place and walk and step back and forth. Kick your butt for a little bit and then put your legs out forward and bring them back down. Put your leg out forward, bring it back down, and go back and forth on your legs. You can do the simplest things. Even if you can't get yourself away from TV and you have to watch your shows, you can even do it while you're watching TV. You can kick your leg out, put it down, put the other leg out, put it down, kick the other leg out, put it down. You can do simple things, but you have to learn how to categorize your priorities and teach yourself to be disciplined enough to do it. Because if you aren't disciplined enough to teach yourself, somebody else will. And who knows what those lessons will be. If you quit school, you're learning stuff, but you're just learning the names of the people on your online game or the secret tricks and tactics on how to get the Easter eggs in the game. And this is what a lot of people are, quote unquote, learning. And they're doing that with themselves because nobody's giving them a good direction. And we all have this tendency to say, well, it doesn't matter because no one person's opinion is right. Well, there is a truth beyond all opinions. And the truth is, everybody wants to be the best they can. And if nobody shows them how, they'll never be able to, because most people aren't taking any time to be determined and disciplined enough to teach themselves right from wrong. They're taking other people's words for it, and they're saying, hey, it's okay to do this. Hey, why not? Everyone else does. And that's the opinion. It's not true to just do whatever you want and the world's going to be okay. It's true that you can do whatever you want, and then you face the consequences. But we're not thinking, and we're doing majorly wrong things that can majorly have horrible consequences in the physical world. And we don't want that. Deep down, we all know that we don't want that. No matter how much of a badass you are or how much of a sissy you are, no matter what kind of area or background you have, whether you're brave or whether you're a coward, those things don't matter when it comes down to, as a whole, what we've been doing and allowing others to do. You have to teach yourself right from wrong. You have to learn discipline. If you don't, someone else will discipline you. Someone else will convince you that this is what your rights are and this is what is wrong. Even when you can look at the rights and wrongs and say, that's not wrong and that's not right. You shouldn't be able to do that. And why am I not allowed to do this? Oh, because I was never disciplined enough and nobody taught me how, because they weren't. And they were all held down. Our grandparents and great-grandparents and all the way, everyone back before that didn't know. And it wasn't because they didn't try. They were all alive. They all wanted to live. They all wanted to love. They all wanted to feel and be appreciated and do their best. But then they thought the best thing to do was something someone else convinced them to do. That's an obvious truth. Now, what are we going to do? Are we just going to let other people tell us what to do and basically be bullied our whole lives? Or start teaching ourselves and being disciplined?